A straight line graph passes through the points -6, 1, and 0, 5. Calculate the slope or gradient of this line. Now the slope or gradient is given by the formula y squared minus y1 all over x squared minus x1. And so this is the formula for the slope or the gradient. Now in our case, x1 is going to be -6 and x2 is going to be 0. So x1 is -6 and x2 is 0. How about y1 and y2? Well, y1 is 1 and y2 is 5. And so basically this is how it is. So we have this right here. This is x1, okay? That's -6. And 1 right here, this is y1, y1. So x1 and y1, we have, this is going to be -6 for x1, and this for y1 is going to be +1, okay? So y1 is 1. Now x2 is 0, that's x2, that's 0, and y2, well, y2 is 5. And so what do we have? Well, we have that x1 is -6. So we have x1 is -6, y1 is 1. Then we have x2 is 0, that's x2 is 0. And then y2 is 5. And so let's substitute. Y2 is 5, y1 is 1, x2 is 0, and x1 is going to be -6. And so we have 5 minus 1, and 5 minus 1 is 4. And we have 0, well, a negative times a negative is a positive. So it's going to be 0 plus 6. And so we have 4 over 6. We can divide both top and bottom of this particular, we can divide top and bottom of this fraction by 2, all right? And so we know that 4 divided by 2, yes, 4 divided by 2 is definitely 2, and 6 divided by 2 is definitely 3. So that means that the slope or the gradient is 2 over 3. Next, it says that a straight line graph passes through the points -6, 1 and 0, 5. Write down an equation for the graph of this line. Now, we can use this general form of this equation. And so we have y is equal to mx plus b. Y is equal to mx plus b. So this is the general form for an equation of a line. So y is equal to mx plus b. So this is the general form of the equation of a line where m is the slope, right? So m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And so we have here that the slope, which is m, is 2 over 3. So we're going to put 2 over 3 for m. But what is b? What is the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is going to be, know that we have here, the y-intercept is the value of y when x is equal to 0. So the y-intercept, this is the y-intercept right here. This is where the line crosses the y-axis. And so at this particular point, x is equal to 0, right? And b, which is the y-intercept, that is going to be equal to your y value. So in this case, if we look at this particular point, which is on this line, it's 0, 5. This point is the y-intercept because notice that we have 0, x is 0. And so what is the value of y when x is 0? It's 5. So that means that the y-intercept here is going to be 5. And so we have that m is 2 over 3. So we have 2 over 3 in place of m. And then we have to substitute for b. We know that b is 5. So we have y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 5. And this right here is the equation for the graph of this line. And this is the answer to our question.